Welcome, everyone. First off, let's just, it's Tuesday. It's a beautiful day. Everybody, woo! Woo! Yeah! We are here to have a good time. So thank you all for being here. My name is Ben Reisinger. I am not a TV celebrity. I'm not someone from this area. I moved here 6 years ago. But I'm a local PR guy, just kind of a guy about the town in Grand Rapids. So it was a pleasure when Mary Ruth asked me to be here with you all today and to help give back to Noorthook Academy. You guys do some really cool stuff. I like it. So this is our third table hosted luncheon event. Thank you for being here. Today we celebrate our students' determination to make the most of their abilities and their dedication to learning. I was given a book of poems from last year. It was The Poet Society. Some of you might be familiar with this book. Very cool. I was checking it out. And as I was reading it, there were 3 poems that stood out to me. So the first one, Be Somebody by Brandon Busick, I think is his name. Be somebody who improves someone's world. Be somebody who treats others with respect and kindness. Be somebody who matters. And that was by Brandon. The second one, here we go. A College Student by Mei Zhu. The first time I came to GRCC, I was with my group. Now I come to Noorthook alone, learning and growing with my wonderful friends. That's cool. That's powerful. That's from students. This is awesome. And then the last one is Noorthook on page 13 by Emily Shanahan. I love attending college. This is my happy place. I'm an adjunct professor. This is my happy place too. Okay, so here we go. I love attending college. This is my happy place. No worries here. I'm confident, learning, expanding my mind, opening doors in the world, and achieving my goals. So I think those 3 poems really talk to the students of Noorthook Academy, talk to the awesomeness that actually goes on here at Grand Rapids Community College. So as we move on, we want to be cognizant of your time. It is a Tuesday at noon. We would like to thank our sponsors, Grand Rapids Community College Office of Student Success and Retention, Citywide Real Estate Services, Cardinal Letterhead and Design and Printing Arts. Also, each one of you at your tables, we have a table host to tell you about all the greatness that does happen with Noorthook. And thank you to our table host, Bill, and I'm sorry if I don't say some of your names right, Bill Berendt, Elizabeth Crouch, Tina Emmert, Lauren Hedgeland, Tina Hoxie, Dr. Jeff Frank, Barbara Osborne, Judy Otten, Rick Underhill, Jan Vermeeris, Lynn Van Tol, and Cindy Zimdar. Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause, please. And we have a huge thanks to our board of directors. These are people that help make Noorthook Academy possible. Would our board of directors please stand and be recognized as well? All right. Thank you all for everything you do. At this time, I would like to introduce Board of Trustees member Dr. Tina Hoxie, who is the Associate Provost and Dean of Student Affairs at Grand Rapids Community College. Thank you. I had a little bit more, but I'll say it as she's coming up. It's cool. Come on up, please. Dr. Hoxie has been with Grand Rapids Community College for 25 of her 35 years working in higher education, serving in several leadership roles. Her work includes overseeing programs and services in the Student Affairs Division, centered on promoting student success and encouraging students to start, persist, and complete their education. That's a big deal. There are a lot of students that start, no matter what college they go to as a freshman, and many of them just don't end as a senior. An Ohio native, she has received a master's degree from Indiana University. Me too. That's great. Go Hoosiers. And a doctorate of education, and community college leadership from Ferris State University. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Well, I'm all about students, so it's really a privilege to welcome you, but also to give you just a brief overview of the history of Noorthoek Academy. It was founded in 1989 by a group of concerned parents, including the late Joe Noorthoek, to fill a gap in the community for special education after high school. With the help of a number of special education professionals, a partnership program was formed between Grand Rapids Community College and Noorthoek Academy. Through the leadership of several presidents here at the college, and most recently Dr. Pink, this is something that we're very, very proud of, that we have this partnership. So one thing that when you look at things in terms of mission, and I think when I give you a sense of the mission of Noorthoek as well as the mission of GRCC, there's really a beautiful marriage and a match in mission for what we provide this community and our members within, all the members within our community. And that is making the Academy, Noorthoek Academy, affordable college experience for the students, offering continuing education, inclusive experiences, and lifelong learning. Now, when you think of the true meaning of life, that is really what it's all about, is it not? In terms of lifelong learning. We all learn something every day. And as a result of that, this has been a great partnership that GRCC is very proud of and very proud to continue and to be a part of. So I have to just give you just a little a peek for me personally. 10 years ago, I'm in charge of commencement. So I have favorite days on campus, and one of those favorite days is our commencement. So when I think of the students that come across our stage in terms of what they've overcome and what they've accomplished, being in student affairs my whole career, I've heard all those stories, and I know the struggle as well as the accomplishment of what that means to someone when they can accomplish that associate's or certificate. But it also means a great deal to Noorthoek Academy students. So 10 years ago, the decision was made that we would offer honorary degrees to Noorthoek Academy students. And I want to tell you, this is a highlight on the years that we honor. And since then, we have honored 10 of the students. So being in charge of commencement and coordinating it with the big team on campus, I got to know this program 10 years ago and develop my passion for what this program does and how it brings students to our campus from Noorthoek to experience college and higher ed. It's a big deal to go to college for all students, and it can be scary, but also it's a sense of accomplishment. So in that opportunity, I've had a chance to get to know the families, to get to know the students, and truly accomplishment and commitment for each of us, and that's, you're going to hear more about stories and being here today in terms of supporting this organization. It's about our connections, and our connections develop our passion. And I'm very passionate about Noorthoek. Since then, I've been a part of the board most recently and believe in this program because I believe in GRCC students, and I also believe in Noorthoek students in terms of what this program offers them. And I can tell you, GRCC, this is a special connection that we have within an organization in our community, and a very, very special partnership. So thank you all for being here and this opportunity to share a little bit of history as well as how this all began and where it stands today. Thank you.
Okay. Everyone here today, you have one of these, right? So pull it out. It's not like class. Everybody, hop your phone out, please. Get your phone out. If you don't have reception, there is GRCC Wireless, and there is also Raider Guest that you can hop onto, okay? And all of you, most of you, I'm assuming, are on Facebook. right? We all know Facebook today. So, Noorthoek Academy, right here, there on your tables. Some people have to think about Noorthoek, Noorthoek. So go to Facebook, type in Noorthoek Academy, and if you have not liked our Facebook page, please like our Facebook page. And then number 2, have fun today. Take pictures. Take pictures of some of these really cool people that are going to come up and talk besides me, okay? And post them. And you can use the @ sign, and you can tag Noorthoek Academy. So let's show everyone how awesome Noorthoek Academy is. And so let's utilize this because, everybody wants to check their text anyway. And after I'm done talking here, we're going to have lunch. So do that. Or maybe this afternoon, take a few pictures this afternoon, make a post, and talk about how cool it was at the Noorthoek Academy Luncheon. So thank you. So at this time, we'll take about 15 to 20 minutes for lunch. Thank you all for being here, and we will talk again soon. At this time, I would like to introduce a wonderful lady, very nice, very cool. Smile. Yeah, there you go. Yes, I love it. She is a pillar in the community. She's been with Fund Development. She's helped numerous nonprofit organizations in the Grand Rapids community. Her name is Mary Ruth Schultz. She is the Executive Director of Noorthoek Academy. Mary Ruth?
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. So welcome to the campus of GRCC and to our Noorthoek Academy community. I'd like to recognize Ben and thank you for emceeing today. I just met him about a month ago and through a colleague, and so I really appreciate you having you there. And I love your bow tie. I want to say go blue, but I'm going to say go Noorthoek Academy. Go Noorthoek! So many of you know our mission already. Noorthoek Academy is affordable college experience providing continuing education in the arts and sciences for adults of all abilities. To dig a little deeper into who we are and what we need to do, I want to ask the question, what are the values? What are the values of this vital program? So a couple months ago, we began working with consultant Lynn Pope, who is here today. She asked me, what are Noorthoek's value statements? And I said, we have not formalized those yet, but we have some important values. And you can see it in our literature on here and on here: knowledge, achievement, independence. Those are some of the important values of Noorthoek Academy. So as we begin to work on formalizing these value statements in our upcoming planning sessions, I have been reflecting on what they might look like. In our last Student Leadership Club meeting with 15 students that we hold monthly, we thought we wanted to work through, so what are we going to say on our thank you notes? Okay, so we want to say thank you to our constituents, people like you, people like donors and constituents and volunteers. Working through that process with students really verified for me some of our key values. So of course, it's education, lifelong learning. That's what we do. We provide lifelong learning opportunities beyond high school. Our students range from 18 years to 70 years old. We open the door to new ways to think and new possibilities. We explore countries such as India, Korea, things they've never learned before. In our stories, Sam will tell us later, you will hear about those. The open door to learning also allows feelings of courage to achieve even more. One that I heard really loud and clear was independence. Students value a chance to navigate a college campus full of opportunities that are here, and on their own, or if supported sometimes. This encourages confidence and feelings of acceptance. A value I like to talk a lot about is community and belonging. Our students enjoy each other and encourage each other every week in our classes. Many have interests in exploring even further on campus or giving back. The GRCC community has a wealth of resources, and they too believe in inclusion on all levels, as we do. So we represent many values, as you've heard today already: lifelong learning, independence, confidence, achievement, inclusion, and community. I also value every person in the Noorthoek Academy community that are here today. We value each person's perspective and contributions to our mission now and as we continue our journey forward. You might be a board member. Whether you're new or seasoned, you give the organization stability and guidance. You may be a staff person, instructor. Your commitment and dedication to our students goes unsurpassed. Faculty partners such as Lee and Katie, your willingness to collaborate and explore new pathways is inspirational. We have an advisory team of GRCC partners. We value your gift of time, expertise, and guidance. We also have mentors and many volunteers. Your gift of time to expand learning experiences are invaluable. And donors, thank you. Without your support, we couldn't do this work. Parents and caregivers, you see day to day how your adult child is thriving and by being included and involved in this education community. You may be a friend of someone and you are just learning about us today. We are excited to provide more information for you. But last and not least, you may be a Noorthoek Academy student. We have close to 100 students enrolled this fall, 95 to be exact, similar to the number in this room, each with their own story to tell. Today, we will hear 3 of these stories. Students, your voice is our greatest value, and you give us more than you will ever know.
95 students. That is the most students that Noorthoek Academy has ever had, correct? And that is up from, think about it, 1 year ago in 2018, Noorthoek Academy had 85 students, correct? So 10 new students in a year, we're almost over 100 students. Think about the impact that that is doing in the West Michigan community. And that's why we all are here today. You know, okay, so what brought me, I came to West Michigan in 2013. I came for a beautiful, wonderful organization called Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital. You may have heard of Mary Free Bed. And they do amazing things in the community. And there are people in the community that support them, just like Noorthoek Academy. And their mission is very similar to Noorthoek Academy's mission, where anyone of any ability, if you want to do it, we will make it happen, and we can make it happen. So as Mary Roos said, I am privileged to introduce the program and then the students that are impacted from this program. Each of these students have their own stories to share. The success of the program is measured in the students' gratitude for the achievements they make and in the confidence that they show. It is expressed in the poems they publish every year, from the poems I read you earlier today. The first student that we will hear from is Stacy Addis. As an advocate in the community, Stacy volunteers at Disability Advocates, Absolutely Accessible Kent Initiative, and Michigan Developmental Disability Council. She is very involved. She was also a former participant in Toastmasters for over a decade. We are excited that she will continue to serve as a student representative on the Noorthoek Academy's Board of Trustees this year. Stacy was unable to be with us today, and so we have a video. If we could watch the videos, please.
Hello, I'm Stacy Addis. This is my 5th year at Noorthoek Academy, and I'm happy to be the student representative of the board for this year. And what I like best about Noorthoek Academy is the no-pressure learning environment and the tuition would still be pretty affordable without a scholarship. But for me, the scholarship is important because I'm totally on my own financially. I'm paying for my transportation, so it really helps to have that scholarship. And I love the no pressure learning because I don't have to go out and find a job and work 3 times harder than a non-disabled person to go out and find a job based on what I'm learning. The classes help me broaden my horizons because it can be too easy to isolate and get your mind stuck on certain topics. And Noorthoek Academy branches me out and has gotten me thinking about things I wouldn't have thought about before, such as conservation. And I look forward every year to the dynamics in the classroom, certain people that I know and how they are in class and how the instructor is able to so patiently handle them. It's just fun to see everybody getting involved and looking things up, sometimes right in the middle of class on their phone looking up a detail to share with the rest of us about what the instructor's talking about. And it's so much fun to see that, and then to go home and be thinking about one little thing that we talked about in class or something I heard somewhere else that didn't make it into that day's lecture, and we're being encouraged to even do little drawings in a recent homework assignment. That's a challenge for me. I don't draw very well. But just the idea of being able to try different things with the subject matter and go in a little bit different direction for a writing assignment than what we talked about in class, because I really enjoy writing. It's been a lifelong dream to finish a novel manuscript and at least get it to the point where I would feel comfortable trying to market it. So Noorthoek Academy just encourages me to do some writing, because sometimes it's good to write something else for a while to get your conscious mind off the project and get your subconscious mind going. And one of the things that was the most fun with our poetry is when I did the Legend of the Tenrec poem, because I'd found out that the tenrec was cousin of the elephant. So it was a perfect opportunity to write a poem about being accepted and part of a group and finding your family, even if it's not your family of origin. I find family wherever I can, and Noorthoek is one of my families because I do enjoy the classroom dynamic with the instructor and her assistant and the other students in the class. And it feels really inclusive to be on campus. There's a lady that works at Subway that has always been very helpful to Noorthoek students. If I don't have time to stay downstairs and eat, and I've got to carry my fountain drink, this lady will actually push me up to the classroom if she has a minute. And she's helped other Noorthoek students. And I'm excited about the other inclusion opportunities that the Noorthoek Academy staff are working on. And this has especially given me a voice, not just because I have more subject matter to draw upon things. Being a member, being the student representative of the board, it gets me an opportunity to be out there involved in yet another advocacy thing. Thank you all for supporting Noorthoek Academy, because your support makes it possible for another place to be inclusive for people with disabilities.
That is exactly what Noorthoek Academy is all about. Goodness, I love that. Thank you, Stacy. And here we go. Next, I would like to introduce Lee Kleiner. Lee is a full-time tenured professor in the Biological Sciences Department at Grand Rapids Community College. She has been teaching anatomy and physiology courses here since the year 2000, and students have been engaged in service learning with her for the past 12 years. And welcome, Lee. I am sorry. I read the wrong part. My apologies. But yes, Lee Kleiner, professor, please.
Thank you. I'm bringing some friends up here with me too. I'll introduce them in a minute. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you some of my experiences with my GRCC students and the Noorthoek students today. When Mary Ruth and I chatted back in the winter about how we could collaborate, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for service learning. So for those of you unfamiliar with service learning, it is a teaching practice in which we can have students working with a community organization to not just serve a need of a community organization, but also to meet course objectives and see real-world application of their course curriculum. So I crafted that I would offer to my students to be a mentor to the Noorthoek students when they came into my anatomy and physiology laboratories. And that what they would do is not only just learn their own course material, but they would be mentors and buddy up with a Noorthoek student and teach that material each week. So we've had 3 labs now with Noorthoek students and my students, and I've been really very pleased with the outcomes so far. So what I've seen is we have 6 lab tables in my lab, and the mixed tables of Noorthoek students and GRCC students are having so much more fun. They're more engaged, they're chatting, they're laughing, they're walking around the room together, looking at activities, and not to say the native GRCC students aren't engaged, but just not to such a heightened level. And even better, what I've noticed is good grades. So the Noorthoek students, they don't have to take the quizzes. Some of them actually are opting to take the quizzes each week in lab. But what I've noticed, because I'm a scientist, I like data, I've been looking at the quiz scores, and I've found that my students who took quizzes before the Noorthoek students came into my class had done either not as good on the quizzes or pretty good. But once they started having to teach the material to their mentees, their quiz scores have improved. So I've been really, really pleased with that. So that's a little bit from my perspective, but I think it would be best if you heard it from some of my students who are engaged in this service learning and being mentees. So I would like to introduce to you 2 of my anatomy and physiology students, Lindsay Booth and Danielle Detman, to share some of their experiences.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. So working with these students has been an amazing opportunity, and like my professor has said, it has obviously helped us all learn within the classroom, but I've noticed that it's helped me learn out of the classroom as well. Having conversations with these students every week, they give me so much more information than I thought I would have gotten. They've really changed my perspective on things. We've gotten in really deep conversations. They've given me their stories. They've told me things about their life, and we've built really strong friendships, I'd say. I've worked pretty closely with 2 of the students, and I think my whole lab table, like even the people that didn't sign up for the service project, we all have such a fun time in lab. Like, I did not think a class would be this fun. Like, we all, like, it really is fun. Like, we laugh, we're pretty loud. Like, we're all over the place all the time, but we learn and we help each other and we build really great friendships, and it's an awesome experience. And I'm really excited to continue it, and I'm really thankful that I've been able to be given this opportunity.
Hi there, everyone. My name's Danielle. Like my teacher and my classmates said, to me the most intriguing aspect was just how well socially our table has come to mesh, how much more bubbly and fun it's become. My classmates at my table were already very bubbly, whereas I kind of went between playing off that and being somewhat introverted. But the Noorthoek students really encouraged me to just be more interactive, not just with them, but also for them. And they have brought out like some of the best in each other and myself. And there's actually, since I don't want to just repeat everything they said, there is a small story. I'll keep it somewhat vague since this is a lunch. There was a dissection day. You see why I'm keeping it vague. And some of the students were at my table were nervous for it. Some were ecstatic. And I'm one of those people where I could go either way. I could freak out or I could be completely calm, and I had no idea which I was going to be. I freaked out. But it's weird. Even on my worst day, I was debating not going, but it was the Noorthoek students. I'm like, I need to be there for them. So it was their inspiration that made me go, and my memories. At the moment, I was disappointed in myself, but looking back, I realize now my strongest memories are being proud of how enthusiastic they were. And for the student that was like me and not sure how to handle it, I remember being with him and being like, we can do something together. So we went off to the side, we drew models together, we tried to figure out how to learn it. And there was just always something we could do, even though we weren't as strong in terms of the dissection. So it's really amazing. They're there for us just as much as we are for them. We act like we're all doing this for them, but they're enriching us.
Thank you for that. It's pretty cool that when you think about how, Noorthoek is touching other people's lives are touching Noorthoek's lives. I mean, it's the way, the full circle of life, if you want to kind of look at it in Lion King terms. Oh, there you go. Hey, next, I would like to welcome Sandy Barraza. Sandy is Noorthoek Academy's education director who has been teaching and encouraging Noorthoek students for the past decade. She is going to introduce Sam and her mother, Patricia.
Hi, everybody. I'm super excited to be here with you all today. I am going to introduce Sam and her mom, but before I do that, I want to say a few things. Whenever I get asked about what Noorthoek Academy is and what I do, I always give the basics that we're a college experience program for adults with learning challenges. But then I also go on to kind of brag a little bit. I get to talk about how my job is the best job in the world. And the reasons are because a lot of reasons, but one is I get to work with some of the most incredible people. And the second reason is that I get to learn right alongside with them. So I've been here for 10 years, and we learn something new each semester. So if you do the math, that's 20 different topics that we've had to learn, going on 21 this semester. We really pride ourselves on the fact that our students are lifelong learners, and I am blessed to be able to be a lifelong learner right alongside with them. So, but the real reason I'm up here is to introduce you to another one of our amazing students and her mom. Samantha Orcasitas is one of our second-year scholarship students. In preparation for this introduction, I asked her what she likes most about Noorthoek Academy. Her first response was the people, her Noorthoek family, which of course made me smile. She also told us how she likes learning about countries and cultures, especially the national symbols associated with each of them. She has truly invested herself into her college community. She loves to use a pool at the field house and often does so before class, so she comes with wet hair, and it's awesome. Outside of Noorthoek Academy, Sam has a job at Goodwill Industries that she loves. I remember when I first met Sam, I think she had just gotten her job. She hadn't been at her job for too terribly long, I think, and she was so proud, and you could see the pride in her mother as well. I think she said that Sam has a big girl job, and she does, and she's really good at what she does. Sam's mom, Patricia, is incredibly supportive of Sam and all of her endeavors, so please join me in welcoming Sam and Patricia Orcasitas.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today, and Sandy, thank you for the great introduction. Yep. Sammy loves school, and she always has. When she first visited Noorthoek Academy with the RIS program, she came home all excited. She said, "Mom, I know what I want to do." I already knew about Noorthoek, as I had learned about it while I was taking classes several years ago through Network 180. Although you may not notice, my daughter Samantha was born with cerebral palsy. When I was pregnant for her, tests showed she would be born with disabilities, too many to handle. We were told she might not make it into the world, could be blind, Down syndrome, and many other things. After she was born, we were told she would never walk, talk, or be productive. We sure showed those medical advisors wrong. She's very productive. We started physical therapy when she was 2.5 months old. And the first few years were the hardest. There were hundreds of trips to the hospitals and doctors and surgeries and so much more. And she started having grand mal seizures as a newborn, which developed into epilepsy. And fortunately, she overcame that as well. We came close to losing her 3 times when she was younger. But she's been off all anticonvulsants for almost 11 years now. Thank Lord. I prefer the term differently abled as compared to disabled because my daughter has been bound and determined to succeed. We started off with Keneshe when she was 5.5 months old. She did 4 years of the PPI preschool program, and she's been continuing her education ever since. Noorthoek has given Sammy a chance to grow in independence, confidence, and so much more. And I want to thank all of you for that.
Thank you for choosing me out of all the possible Noorthoek Academy candidates to give this speech. What my mom said is true. I had a lot of challenges in my life. My biggest were the seizures, all the different type of leg braces, and my learning disability. Although I'm only in my 2nd year at Noorthoek Academy, I love it so much. I love learning about new things like India and Korea, which I've never learned before because my professors Sandy and Caitlin make learning fun and exciting. It has opened my eyes to a whole new world. Yes, my mom is always telling me I have to help pay for things like Go Bus tickets and my classes. This way I can learn responsibilities and follow the path to independence. I work at Goodwill, and this gives me the means to do things I love, like swimming at GRCCs, field house pool, going out to eat, and being more independent. I have sticky notes all over reminding myself to do important things like calling the Go Bus to schedule rides to class. I am so grateful for the opportunity to keep learning and having the opportunity to exercise at the field house and so much more.
That is fantastic. I'm a swimmer too. We were talking about that. That's great. Now I would like to introduce Lynn Van Tol. Lynn is the Noorthoek Board of Trustees president who is very passionate about the mission, the statement of what Noorthoek is. Lynn serves as the Director of Family Ministries at Covenant Life Church in Grand Haven, and she started her career here in Grand Rapids as a teacher for a decade. Lynn and her husband Brett live in Spring Lake with their amazing daughter Kylie, who is a Noorthoek Raider, and I gave her a fist bump as we were coming in. It was nice to meet you. Thank you, man.
On behalf of the board, I too thank you for being here. We just love being a part of Noorthook, and it's exciting that you get to see the ways that our academy is impacting lives. Lifelong learning is the mission, and as Sandy said, it's for students, it's for instructors, but I'm here to tell you it has a ripple effect. And there are families, there are roommates who truly are being impacted by the education of the students. I guarantee you last semester, as the students learned about ecology, there were dozens of households like mine that learned the proper ways of doing recycling. But more importantly, they learned how important it is that we do take care of this world. And this semester, as the students are learning about India, I can tell you for a fact that they are opening up ways of communication. I have an older brother who is really smart. He serves as the managing director of the Actuary Society of North America. And before that, he was a vice president of Allstate and oversaw their international affairs. And for 4 years, his primary responsibility was building alliances in India. So he spent a great deal of time there. It has been so much fun driving Kylie home on Friday afternoons as we're heading back to Spring Lake to hear her say things like, I wonder if Uncle Mike knows that the flower of India is the lotus. Or, I can't wait to text Uncle Mike and tell him that Mother Teresa's mom's name really wasn't Teresa. Her name was actually Agnes. Friends, the education that the Noorthook students receive lets them boldly interact with others. And that is why it is such a privilege to be a part of this and to also support the work of Noorthook. So, when you came here, you might not have known what we were going to ask you in terms of financial support. As we looked at our needs, we decided our greatest need is really helping us with our day-to-day expenses so that there is never a student who would ever be turned away for financial reasons. Anyone who desires a lifelong learning experience may come to Noorthook. So, I invite you now to consider to partner with us. By being a shareholder, it's not just an investment in Noorthook, you are really investing in this community and beyond. Table host, if you would take a moment and pass and distribute the envelopes that are inside, if you haven't already done so. And friends, you can see that there are different levels of giving. Those are just to give you an idea of what your gift could help us do. There's also a blank. If you have a different amount that you would like to give, we welcome that as well. You'll notice, too, that we have a spot for volunteers or if you have suggestions. Simply check the Contact Me box. We welcome your partnership in this wonderful mission. And as you are filling those out, as Ben has suggested, we'd love you to hashtag Noorthook Academy, but I'm going to give you one more challenge. Along with putting it on social media, tonight, before you go to bed, I would love it if you would just find one person in your sphere of influence who has never heard about Noorthook. And will you tell them about our amazing students? There is no better way that you could be a better advocate than to tell them about the Noorthook students.
They can do it on Facebook, too.
And you can do it on Facebook.
Okay, so after hearing these wonderful testimonials, after hearing all the good that is being done in the West Michigan community, probably and beyond, how can you not help? So thank you for attending today's lunch. Oh, one thing. Okay, so yes, I'm going to post all these pictures on my Facebook page and tag Noorthook Academy. So I want to take a selfie, and I want to take a selfie with you all. So here we go. All right, so when I get up here in selfie mode, all right, everybody throw your hands in the air, make something look cool, and let's take a selfie for Noorthook, okay? Oh, and I got the new iPhone. Hold on, I can make it like super wide. That way we get everybody. So let me do that first. That I was not paid to do that endorsement. All right, there we go. Okay, here we go. And I think I have as many people as I can all the way to the back. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Noorthook Academy! Thank you all. Thank you all for being here today. And ask your table hosts for any other questions you might have. Have a good one.